Welcome to First Take exclusively for YouTube. Russell Wilson is looking to rebound from the worst year of his career as he led the Broncos to one of the most disappointing showings in the NFL last season, winning just 5 games and tying for the 3rd fewest points per game in the entire league. Now he's got a new head coach and a new expectation for the season. Here's Russ on the pressure.
Do I feel the pressure? No. I don't run from it. I look forward to it. I run to it. If anything, I think we as a team, we're all in this thing together. We're all searching for one thing, and that's to get better every day. We're not looking too far ahead. All we got is today, trying to learn as much as we can from today's practice, trying to learn to the next day, and use that experience.
Kimberly A. Martin with Stephen A. Smith. All right, S.A., let's start with you. Do you believe Russ?
Well, it's not a matter of whether I believe him or not. It's a matter that we don't want to hear it. That's what it's a matter of. Enough of the chitter-chat, okay? This is a Super Bowl champion. This is a guy that went to back-to-back Super Bowls. He threw that interception to Malcolm Butler, at the half-yard line and stuff like that. I'm sure Malcolm Butler loves hearing him talk about how he loves pressure because it didn't get more pressurized than that, and he threw a damn interception in the Super Bowl. But that's neither here nor there. I think this is the problem when it comes to Russell Wilson. People have gotten to the point where they're tired of hearing him talk because it's the same old song and dance and, you saying the right things and making sure you sound PC and all of this other stuff. You were 4-11 last year. You completed 60% of your passes. You threw 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. It was clearly the worst season of your professional career. And it was after you was handed the paper. It was after you were given the franchise. It wasn't like it was in Seattle where Pete Carroll covered for you. You wanted to go out on your own. You wanted to be unleashed and whatever. And the Denver Broncos placed a bunch of faith in you, and you went there, and you were supposed to bring the level of professionalism, the commitment to winning, and everything like that. And instead, everybody talked about how rules were different and applicable to you, separate and apart from everybody else. You know this better than me because you cover the NFL. And so when all of those things are the residue of it, and it coincides with when you were handed the Brink trucks and the key to the franchise. That's when it's different. Now, had this happened in Seattle after you had been there for years, that would be different because you had been there homegrown. You got drafted by them in the 3rd round. You go up there and you elevate your profile, your stature, and stuff like that. That's different.
Right.
But when you go to a new franchise, a new city, obviously with Super Bowl pedigree because of the days of John Elway and stuff like that, and they hand you the Brink truck and the keys to a franchise, and everything you do is emblematic of it being all about you.
Yep.
And those are the results you give them, no, it would be best for you to be quiet and just say no, as our producer said, just say no. Do you feel any pressure? No. And just move on, as opposed to giving us some elaborate dissertation about what you feel and what you like and all of this. They don't give a damn about that. They care about you producing. Do that first.
I just want to know, he says, I run towards pressure. What the hell was he running towards last year? That's all I want to know, because worst QBR, we had the graphic, worst completion percentage, worst touchdown to interception ratio. At this point, I wish Russ would shock the world and actually be honest and say, you know what? I am under a lot of pressure. Did you see how bad I was last year? You see how they brought a whole different head coach in here to fix me? I understand what's at stake. I will not be as bad as I was last year. I will not allow it. Sean Payton will not allow it. And these Broncos in 2023 will be a lot better and just walk off. But the saccharine sort of like it's too much. It's too much. And I think to Stephen A's point, we have heard him say everything that he could possibly say, and the results don't match, and we are just tired of it.
I cover the world of sports, but unlike my previous life for decades when I was a beat writer and ultimately a columnist, I'm stuck in studio most times right now doing television.
Right.
So it's a bit different from me. She's on the ground. She's there. And I talked about just produce, damn it.
Yeah.
She sat up there and said, we wish you'd be honest. Translation, most people think he's not honest. That's what she just said. And so if they feel like you're not honest, another word they use is disingenuous. These are the words that get attached to him. Production erases all of that.
Yeah.
You got to go out there and produce. And that's the thing. And what I do like about Russell Wilson's situation, he's not going to get along. He's not going to get over with sound bites. He got to show up.
Right,
They ain't,
for sure.
ain't nobody having it no more. He got to show up and produce.
Yeah, the Broncos haven't made the playoffs since they won Super Bowl 50. Kimberly, you're leaving us. Thank you for joining us. Let's get over to the association. It has been almost 2 months since Dame Dollar requested to be traded from the Portland Trail Blazers, and so far there's been absolutely no movement. Lillard sat down with Anscape's Marc J for an interview released today and had this to say.
What was the straw that brought you uncertainty about the future of the Blazers franchise?
I'm not going to speak on the Blazers. It's a lot of love and respect, but I won't speak on the Blazers.
It's well documented that there have been a trade request is to the Miami Heat. Is there anything that you could say about the trade request?
I can say that there was, and I would just prefer not to speak on the Trailblazers.
All right, Stephen A., a quick take for you. Have we reached the point of no return for Dame and the Blazers?
No, it's not the point of no return because this is Damian Lillard we're talking about. And he's class personified. And he is not going to go, nuclear on the Blazers. I would have liked for him to speak on the Blazers because I think that the Blazers are worthy of being spoken about by Damian Lillard. Certainly, we haven't heard them say much publicly, but privately they've leaked what they wanted to who they've wanted to leak it to. And my only issue negatively with the Portland Trail Blazers is, you know good and damn well that Damian Lillard wanted to be there for ages, never wanted to leave until you decided to go to engage in a reclamation project and build. You even wanted him to sit down. Now, I'm not guessing. I'm telling you what Damian Lillard told me, and I've known Damian Lillard practically his entire career. And here's the thing about Damian Lillard. He ain't lying. He's never lied to me. You know how I am. I double and triple check anything anybody say to me. They tell me it's a cup of coffee in my office, I'm double and triple checking, okay? That's the way I roll. And I'm telling you right now, in the decade plus that I've known him, he has never lied to me. And this man told the Portland Trail Blazers, you know, he wants to be there. The Portland Trail Blazers wanted him to be there, but they wanted him to sit out games last year because they wanted to position themselves for the Wembanyama sweepstakes. Okay? So you end up getting Scoot Henderson, who can ball and who's the clear heir apparent to Damian Lillard, playing the same position, but you're a relatively young squad. You know he wants to move on. So work it out.
Right.
Because there were plenty of times when Damian Lillard could have demanded a trade and made life excruciatingly uncomfortable for the Blazers franchise. But because of his commitment to that franchise and to the city, he never did that. You could find a way to appease him and give him what he wants somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Even if you had to go to him and convince him, look, Miami don't have enough assets. Could you go to New York? Could you go someplace else where we could get some more? Could you do that? Could you go to Philadelphia? Would it be? You could find a way to appease him and appease yourself if you were truly, truly committed to looking out. Clearly, that's not what the Blazers are doing. That's why Damian Lillard don't want to say anything yet, because he's boiling up inside, and at some point he's going to go nuclear. Evidently, it wasn't with my man Mark Spears, who does an outstanding job for us, but you could tell Damian Lillard is boiling up inside, and an explosion is going to come sooner than later if this stuff keeps up, even if he ends up staying.
Yeah.
Because he ain't the type of person that's going to sit out and not play for the Portland Trail Blazers. He's not going to do that. He'll stay if they force him to stay, but it's not going to be comfortable if that happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens moving forward in Portland. Thanks for watching, and be sure to watch First Take Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. on ESPN, and be sure to check out more exclusive First Take debates on YouTube.